How's it going, everybody? My name's Warner Fields with Fields of Profit, and today I'm joined by my friend Armel, who's actually one of our students in the FBA roadmap. He's had an awesome kind of beginner success story. He's kind of here to share some knowledge where he's gone in his Amazon journey. But if you want to take a quick second, just kind of introduce yourself, kind of let them know where you're at, when you kind of started on Amazon, we can kind of roll from there.
All right, my name is Amel, and most of my friends know me as Pep. I started my Amazon journey actually in September, but I started selling in October. This September because that's when I came across guys like Fields of Profit and Katie, and they were really instrumental for me to start with this journey. And I did some groundwork, did a lot of research. Then when I felt like I have enough information to get started, I then registered to Fields of Profit's FBA roadmap, where I got some real good insights. And after doing the research and groundwork with all the information I had gathered, I decided to start sourcing, getting started with the Amazon proper, and I listed my first product on the 1st of October, sent out the products to Amazon, and on the 7th, if not the 7th, the 9th of October, I had my first sale of $120.
There you go. There you go.
All ideas from you. You talked about great value. So I watched that video of yours and I got some plates. It was 10 of them. I got that for $120 and flipped that to $260. So I had $80 profit from it. And I was like, oh, this is good. Time for me to get into business. That's how it all started. I'm currently at $17,600, where just a month and 2 weeks into a month and 1 week.
Doing a little over like 10K in your first month. That's awesome. So
yes, and an ROI of 30% up.
Yeah, that's what everybody at home is going to want to know. So 30% ROI on all that spend. That's amazing. Yeah. So we're still pretty early on in the journey. I think it's really interesting to kind of talk with guys who are kind of just getting started, especially kind of jumping out of the gate, doing pretty decently well. So what have you found kind of early success with? So for that guy who, they're in your chair, they're 2 months ago, you're trying to research like what to do. Like what was that sourcing method that helped you find your first product?
I would first of all say it's my attitude towards this FBA thing. I always go by this quote that says, if you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the result you want, copy that, do exactly as them, and you achieve the same results. That's by Tony Robbins. And that inspired me a lot. Looking at you being in college, doing Amazon side by side and getting that success. I said, if someone that is in school is doing that, I can also do that. And I followed exactly what I saw in your videos. Like awesome. I went from the very first video you started, watched it. So I took a month to learn. I didn't just jump into it trying to make money, no. Because when I get into something, I'm in for the long haul. You talked about getting SellerAmp, having keepers. Start with the basics. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't go out trying to get all the softwares that are out there. It will complicate things for you. So I started with the basics. Every day, I'm trying my best to get to another when it slowly, one step at a time. And you talked about reverse sourcing. That has worked pretty well for me. And that is what I keep doing. Fully into OA. Sometimes I go pick up the stuff at Walmart, Target, and Rite Aid, and the other retail outlets.
That's something that people kind of sleep on. A lot of times you can like get extra discounts when you go pick it up, or it's like something that's hard to get. So I'm sure you found some success doing that.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing. And I follow your strategies. I'm gonna keep following them because you're successful, and I want to be successful so bad. Doing exactly what you're doing, that someday I'm gonna be at that level where you're currently at, and I'm more.
Yeah, I love the ambition. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So for those of you guys who maybe aren't 100% familiar with what he's talking about, kind of talking about reverse sourcing. So we're talking about like great value brands. Like he's going to those great value products, going to, Nike, other brands that are sold by sellers like you and I, not really controlled by Amazon, not the brand themselves. So we go to those listings, we kind of click on those other sellers and see what else they're selling. And number one, you can go through those and find good products, right? But you can also kind of use that just as an opportunity to kind of understand what to look at. And I like that you're kind of keeping it simple, like just using Keepa, just using SellerAmp at the start, kind of ripping through all those items. Have you played around with any other tools? Like, have you tried any like tactical arbitrage or anything like that yet?
I have used it, but the reverse sourcing works best.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Getting started, you don't want to overcomplicate it. And you've insisted on those on a couple of videos. Don't overcomplicate it when you get started, because trying to just get everything at once will complicate it for me. So I'm going one step at a time, slowly but surely. And the other tool that I'm playing with right now is Ura. That's the repriser.
Like a repriser.
Real well, and I'm comfortable using the Ura. And the reason I started using the Ura was because I started seeing seeing those profits, I said, all right, time to invest in myself, invest in the tools that I'm using. So every other day I'll be getting new tools every other month as the business is going. So I'm going slowly just to make sure I get this right. I don't want to make, I'll say this business, I haven't made like any mistakes because I took the time to invest in myself. I learned every single thing you insisted on, because most people just want to get in, start seeing sales. It doesn't happen by magic. You have to put the work. You have to work hard. And you know, success is intentional. I want to be successful in this, and I'm intentional about it. I'm doing everything I can do to succeed. Sometimes I push my limits just to get some products. Sometimes when I'm uncomfortable, I stay on my computer digging, doing a lot of manual sourcing and reverse sourcing, because I have to get this right. I don't want to make a mistake. You guys already made the mistakes for us. That's why you guys are able to do the videos for us to watch. Take your time, 1 or 2 hours a day. I go over your videos almost every day. Like every day I've made it a habit to watch.
I appreciate that.
2 of your videos. And why I fell in love with your videos was because they're short, like 10 minutes, 9 minutes. I said, wow, so I can take an hour and watch 10 of his videos. They're really detailed. I haven't come across anybody that explains stuff like so detailed in 10 minutes, 9 minutes. So it's easy. You actually made the path for me.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You're making it sound like I paid you to say that or something.
No, not at all.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot though. So kind of talking about like those tools and all that kind of stuff, like a lot of new sellers, like you're talking about, they'll jump in, they'll try to get way too complicated at the start when it's really just start with a couple tools, learn how to source products, right? Oh, I'm making sales. Now it's time to get a repricer. And now you're trying to find a repricer. Maybe down the line, like you're like, oh, I'm ready to spend 10, 20, 30 grand a month. And you start playing around with some new sourcing tools. But there's no point in like spending your entire budget on all the bunch of different softwares and then not really knowing what to do, right? So I like you're kind of iterating on it and it's clearly working, doing, you said 18K in sales, like less than 2 months in. That's amazing.
Yeah, 1 month, 1 week to be precise.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, so kind of, stepping back a little bit, how did you go from, it's like, hey, I want to make money online. How did you make your way into doing online arbitrage?
All right. First of all, I am a person that always found it very difficult to work for someone. So I trade stocks and options. And, when I was trying to do something like another passive income, because I trade for 2 hours a day from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. I trade stocks and options. Then I have a lot of time and I wanted to do something that would make me happy. Then I came across Katie's video was the first that I came across, because I'd been trying to get into Amazon for a long time, but I couldn't find something that would guide me, the proper guide. I looked at a couple of videos, but no way out. And I registered my account in 2019. And I'm like, oh, you have all these credit cards you're not using. You just have 2 hours to do your work and you're done for the day. You need to get into something else. Then falling on you guys' channel was really good for me. And that's how it all started, because I have time. Then I came across one of your interviews with one guy that used to sell on eBay and does like sneakers, Nikes and stuff. Yeah. So I watched the interview to its entirety and I got some really interesting notes. I'm a guy that takes notes, a lot of notes when I'm
that's good. That's good.
I put those notes and say, oh, let me try this thing. So I can use my credit card. My credit cards are just there lying. I'm not using them. I can use those credit cards and turn them, get into Amex Plum and stuff. And everything was making sense to me. I said, let me give it a try. First thing I did, went to your page, the bottom of the page, watched the first few videos, started coming up, then started seeing something like it was catchy. And I got started. I wasn't the guy that was too comfortable with, when fear, the difference between someone that makes it and the other person that doesn't is what you have in your mind, fear to get started. I pushed myself and said, you know what, fear, I'm not going to give in to you. I'm going to get started with this thing. And that's how I got started after getting information. I went to Walmart.com, ordered those plates, pick them up.
Yeah, that's awesome. So just looking for like kind of some extra income, kind of stumbling into it. Like, I like that. I like that you're just kind of trying to fill that extra time. Like I know a lot of people kind of have, a full-time job and that kind of stuff. Like I was a full-time college student. It's a great way to just kind of make money on your own time. Like that's my favorite part about it. I can pretty much be anywhere in the country, like all that kind of stuff is just really, really amazing. So yeah, what's your long-term goal? Where are you trying to get? I know a lot of people doing wholesale, private label. Like where are you trying to head?
My long-term goal would be to develop a brand for myself.
Awesome.
I've already registered my company. I'm trying to make sure I secure that brand where in the future, I'm going to be able to be identified using the brand. Like people know me like, oh, that's your brand name, and probably, doing something bigger with it. But right now, my focus is on OA and I'm trying to get into wholesale. So I'm still watching those videos about wholesale. So I can't say much about it because OA right now.
Awesome.
But I'm trying to go into wholesale. From wholesale, once you establish, then you start thinking about private label when you have extra income to do, because private label, I know it takes a lot of time, a lot of work. You have to do PPCs, all those things to get started. It's not easy starting off Amazon going into private label. But once you start with OA and you see those results, it only opens your mind. You want to scale. But getting into Amazon and starting off with private label, you'll be discouraged like immediately, because you take weeks to even get a single sale. With OA, those companies, they've already done the adverts for us. You're just selling what everybody buys.
People already want it. Like, you're right. That's why I love doing arbitrage, like right at the start, is we can jump in, we can make an Amazon seller account, get on Gate in a couple brands, and right away we're selling products that people already know, right? So it's a great way to like get your feet wet, like understand what you're doing on it, kind of build that capital for those later on projects that might be a little bit riskier, right? Yeah, I really like that. So kind of wrapping up here, for the people who are, you know, they're at home, maybe they're in your boat, maybe they're doing $10,000 a month or so. What kind of questions or what kind of things are holding you back right now? Maybe I can kind of help you out a little bit, and we can kind of help the audience out as well.
All right. So I would say I'm having a few difficulties with cancellations. I had a few cancellations with JD.com. I had a few cancellations with Nike and some brands, because I also sell supplements. Those companies that just, you know, cancel it out immediately. They don't do reselling their stuff online. They want like a brick and mortar. Those are the little difficulties I'm facing, but they ain't stopping me at all.
Yeah. If you're not running into order cancels, you're not trying hard enough, right?
Yeah. So they're not stopping me at all.
And kind of to help you get through order cancels, I'm sure a lot of you other guys are watching this as well. When you're placing orders, try to put as much as possible through a PayPal account. That's helped me have a lot of success. A couple other things you can do is like an incognito tab on like Chrome. You can also use like a VPN, use some virtual credit cards, like if you want to get really fancy. But honestly, my kind of personal philosophy with order cancels is there's going to be sites where you can go and you can spend a few $1,000s a day and really seriously run up to spend. There's going to be other sites where you can go and you spend $200 and they'll cancel every order. It's almost always better to just devote effort to those places that aren't canceling you, or those places where, you know, maybe you go, you place a bunch of orders, they'll cancel your orders for a few weeks and then all of a sudden they stop. That's going to happen as well. They kind of forget about you or whatever. Come back to those sites over time, but just keep like figuring out those sites where they're not really canceling you, and then continue to like, you know, oh, is Nike still canceling me? Is JD still canceling me? Like test it every now and then. And that's going to be a great way to kind of scale and continue to like learn new websites and all that kind of stuff along the way.
Sure. And you talked about the paper. I've never had a single cancellation with paper, because I discovered that they don't cancel. So what I do, I simply created a new email, did the order through PayPal, and everything has been successful. So now I shop mostly using PayPal, because I discovered that with PayPal, I've had little to no cancellation.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good nugget for you guys kind of hanging out here at the end of the video. But yeah, I've enjoyed our conversation, Armel. Clearly you're crushing it. Excited to kind of see where you kind of go from here. And do you have an Instagram or anything like that you want to share? I'll leave the link down below.
Yes, I do. My Instagram is, should I type it out? Or?
Cool. Yeah, we'll have the link down below for you. So make sure you go drop them a follow if you want to kind of network, send them a DM, say, hey, I'm in the same boat. Like I'm selling 10K too. Kind of, you know, that's a great way to kind of start building out that network, all that kind of stuff. It's a great way to kind of start building those networking connections, stuff like that. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks for coming and chatting with me, Armel. If you guys want to kind of use the same resources that Armel is using, you can join the FBA roadmap, link directly below. 2-week money back guarantee, all that kind of stuff. I don't want to make money if you don't make money. But yeah, really appreciate you guys watching this video. Drop any questions, anything like that down below. Yeah, we'll see you next time. Appreciate you guys watching.